Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Mischief. Richie here, where I talk about my favorite thing, the entire world, goddamn cryptocurrency. That's right, my word. What an exciting week it's been. It's Friday. Happy Thanksgiving to all my subscribers and watchers who are celebrating. I hope you all have a great day and you have lots to be thankful for. Personally, I'm thankful for epic gains and patience, which has been really playing off this past 2 weeks with all the scatterbrain projects and places which I generally earn or speculate in crypto and then finally earn ultimately from massive plays. So we're kind of going all across the entire crypto space today. And we're going to be just checking in at different projects, which I do talk about in this channel, and some which I haven't touched on for a while, actually, including PulseChain ones, which will be coming near the end of the stream, and touching on kind of my plays for PulseChain, seeing these massive highs, because of course it is great to see the investments I've been making over there for the past almost 2 years since PulseChain has been launched. Actually, I think it's about a year and a half, starting to pay off, and it's really great. Yeah, and we have a couple comments here because we are live. We have Hey from Fiat Hater, great to see you. Altcoins are dancing. They are dancing. We are dancing with the altcoins. We have the Make money online. Yeah, that's what we do here. Hi, welcome. And we have what's up, RCM, Richie Crypto Mischief. Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm very well. Just enjoying a nice Friday. I did some work in the gym. Been doing an intensive 5-day on, 2-day off cycle with a new app that I was trying out called, what's the app called? It's pretty dope actually. It costs about $30 a month. It's called RP Hypertrophy. And I've got gym in my house, which I bought with crypto gains from the last cycle. I've just been doing that, trying to get the gains. But yeah, and just kind of enjoying life and building. And we're going to talk about a bit about that building first, actually, because I do have an announcement to make for our friends who are holding the Sui Trump. We will be doing a live feed on Sunday, this Sunday coming, where I'm going to be putting out the first announcements of the pitch deck for our farm build on Sui Chain. This is a yield farm which we're building on Sui Chain, which goes along with Sui Trump, which is our community token. And it's pretty cool, and I can't wait to explain how the farm works and why it's super bullish for this coin in particular, because it's going to burn the holy hell out of it. We do have our third airdrop running right now, where you can provide liquidity on CETIS and get a share of another 50 million Sui Trump tokens. So that's continuing. We did launch on MovePump. I've been looking through MovePump this today, actually, just trying to see if I can find any more gems from the ones that are listing. We've had pretty good luck with a couple of them which did launch. We, of course, hit the Pepe Pig, which did multiple X's, done really well, actually. I've been skimming my profits on Pepe Pig and now, very, very handsomely in profit with it. So I'm now holding most of it to see if it's got another run up. It did hit about 500,000 market cap and then cooled down to about $500,000 market cap, and then cooled down to around 300, where it's been sold off at the moment, to be expected after such a mammoth pump. We have Dizu, who says, I want to provide liquidity, I just don't want to lose my tokens I've invested, so I'm a holder. Well, that's why you go full range. Let me explain. So when you click the link on the website to provide liquidity, it's going to take you to this page here, which will show your Sui Trump and Sui position. So here I have one here, and this has got $11,000 of Sui Trump and Sui. And notice I've gone completely full range. This means that it's zero Sui to infinity Sui token, leverage of 1x. Now, this will give you the lowest yield, but it means that you're not going to be losing out hardly any of your tokens because it is balanced 50-50 completely, right? So basically, if Sui Trump does outperform Sui token, then you could see yourself getting more Sui on this side, right? But generally, if Sui outplays Sui Trump token, you're going to be getting more Sui Trump token, right? And I think it's the safest way to yield farm with memes because they're so volatile. You never go out of position, you continue earning. And to be honest, if you get more Sui instead of Sui Trump, it's not that bad, is it? Because that token is absolutely mental and it's going crazy as well. I'm just coming here. I have $8 for the past 12 hours to claim. I just claim them and then I put them back into liquidity and I'll buy more Sui Trump. I'm just stacking the coin because I know what's coming. I believe in the project. But talking about some other ones, which, so I was looking across some other projects which I was thinking about getting into. Haven't really pulled the trigger on any yet. I like this one for no reason other than it's just retarded burnt fish. The idea, I looked at the website, it's just a burnt fish. So I was speculating on this, but I think I sold my bag in the end, because it wasn't moving as expected. So it kind of went up and then it went down. I'm not sure if it's going to peg or, bond or not. Another one which I was looking at is this frog one. Not this one, it does look pretty good actually. Pop frog, nice logo animation on it. It could run. I haven't invested, but it seems like a nice bonding chart, could run, okay, might run, 35% done. It's been going since the 27th, so only 2 days of bonding, and let's see if it's got the legs or not. But again, I'm not really going for any at the moment. I'm too busy building. Homer Simpson, not interested in that. And another one which I did go into, but we're waiting to see if it has the legs, is this frog one. This is Frog Gang, and I think I have a couple tokens of this, nothing big. I've got 10 Sui worth, nice, $30 of this one just to see if it's going to, push through further into the bonding. It's 64% now. If it really does get going, I might grab some more of the Frog Gang, possibly, but no big moves for me on Move Pump at the moment, kind of just looking at the positions. Other news, ones I talked about before, we do have EMC. So this is made by our DAO member, and the token is launched. He made a website, so I've got 173 million of these tokens, waiting to see if it's got legs to take off or not. I'm just going to hold this. I mean, it's made by a community member. I know him personally, so got to show the support for EMC for sure. We do have a Pepe Pig. I've been, like I said, was selling my position down a bit to now I have 57 million Pepe Pig, which is about 500 Sui. $1,500. And the PS Cat, unfortunately, looks like it is dead in the water. I was talking to the dev. They said they didn't get the movement they wanted, and they want to relaunch on Solana, essentially. So I'm not sure how I feel about that, because, you know how I roll. Like, if it goes down, it goes down. I'm still going to grit and pull I'm going to pull through to make sure that Sui Trump continues to become successful, because I don't give up on things as easy as that, which is what we do. If we do come to Sui Trump, we do have it. You can still buy it on Move Pump as well. There are a lot of copies. Copy, that's a copy. That one there's a lot of copies. My one ends in DED. That's a copy, that's a copy. God, man. Like, I wish they would stop allowing multiple coins with the same ticker to be created, because it does make it really difficult for people to find the right one. Best way is to come to the website, of course, and take the the contract address and paste it in. Because actually, I can't even, from all of these, like rug and copy coins, I can't even see R1. What's going on, Move Pump? Sort your shit out. Jesus. Here it is. Oh, second one. Okay. Okay. So this is our Sui Trump here. The token address you can verify here, just at the top. Pull that, and you're going to get it. You're going to get the right token. And yeah, our market cap currently is 254,000, which is great. We had a nice little pump up from the floor, which is great to see. And now that's our 1, 2, 3rd push, and we've broken through the resistance. So theoretically, this should now continue to move up, but it's high risk, of course, with all the Sui Trump. And I have lots of this coin. I continue to buy the dips because I believe in it, right? I believe in what's coming. We also have Dizu, who says, I definitely believe in the project, but I also believe in you. Thanks, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks for being straightforward and honest with your crypto takes. Yeah, that's pretty much the best way. Been doing this for 5.5 years now. If you lie to yourself sometimes in crypto and start believing the hype, but at the end of the day, if you're honest with yourself, then you can move forward in a much better way through life, not just in crypto, but everything, right? That's some advice for you, life advice. So anyway, so the news for Sui Trump is we've put in another request to CoinGecko to get us listed. So they're waiting on this one. Now, this is our 4th attempt to get listed on CoinGecko. I don't know why so many coins get listed, but we can't. So I was very, very careful with how we worded everything for it. If we do get 100 likes on our tweet for this, which we put out, then I will be just paying the 1,000 to fast pass it. But we need to get 100 likes on the tweet. So where is the tweet? The tweet is just a simple listing request to CoinGecko on the Sui Trump Twitter account. And if we do get 100, then I will honor it and I'll pay the grand and I'll push it. But we could also just get rejected with FastPass as well, which sucks as well. So far we've got 61 likes after 18 hours on this, so we need another 39 likes on this. Hit me with 39 likes. I'll add, okay, there we go, I added my own one. Hit me with another 38 likes on this very tweet, and then I will pay the grand and we'll push further to get listed on the CoinGecko. I'll put it in the live chat right now. You can check that out. And yeah, so we've got the request coming in, which will be perfectly timed. And at the same time, we are just finishing up the pitch deck for Sui Trump Farm, which I've been working with a designer to get everything done on that. But I don't want to ruin the surprises on this because we're going to be doing it on Sunday. I'm going to be going through the mechanics of the farm, how it all works, and why it's super bullish for Sui Trump and for the Sui ecosystem as we're building transparently, pushing to create a better Sui ecosystem for memes, the first ever meme-centric yield farm on Sui. I covered this project. Let's move on. So this is a project I covered yesterday, created by the Warrior DAO, who are a collective of investors inside of crypto who enjoy projects like Mint Stake Share and Wrap Drip and lots of other plays. They're all over the place, right? And what they've created is the first ever utility for Mint Stake Share. So the way that this works is you buy tickets with coins. Once it hits 50%, you can use MSS or even Wrap Drip to purchase tickets. But at the moment, before 50% full, you can only use all of these amazing coins that we probably own a lot of them anyway. And they are ERC20 coins, right? You buy tickets with $25 worth, and as the tickets come in, now they've had 53 tickets bought. When we did the stream yesterday, it was only 10, so that's good to see. They're getting more, and either the timer will run down, and then the prize pool will open, and 4 winners will be chosen, or it reaches the top, and then the winners are chosen. Of course, it reaches the top, we'll get more. If you do win. The prize pool is 3,375, and this currently helps Mint Stake Share. Our first game will focus on providing buy pressure and trades on the MSS token. So this is the first utility of game or a crypto dApp which has been built using the MSS token. So that's why I'm talking about it, because of course we do have Mint Stake Share over here, which is doing its thing. So let's find out, how are we going? We talked about this yesterday. If this chart remains the same, I'm a happy camper, because if we keep it 2 cents for the next 6 months, we've all made loads of money, right? Well, we don't need it to moon. I'd like it to moon. Mooning would be great, but at the same time, if we just keep stable as we come up to the release of the lending AMA, which is coming on Sunday, we get some big news on that, hopefully, and we get the bullish movement going forward with it, then we're going to start seeing more buy pressure on the token as people get more excited for it. I am still in the progress of swapping out some BNB for Mint Stake Share to then take advantage of this offer, because they still have this offer running for the next couple of days till the end of November, when you can get 50% extra on your stake. So I'm going to take another 8,000 MSS, and I'm going to not stake it because I want to put this over on base chain. So I'm going to buy this, and then I'm going to move it over to base chain, and then I'm going to stake it on base chain. What this is going to do is give me 50% more tokens. I'm doing this because it's the last couple of days of this offer. If this all plays out, this is a high-risk environment, right, with an ROI platform that pays out such a high APR. But we could see huge growth over on the Mint Stake Share price. So that's why I'm doing it, right? So we're going to bridge 9,000 more tokens over to base chain, and then I'll go over there and I'll stake them in and get the 50% bonus, right? This is definitely the time to test your metal for Mint Stake Share, right? My experience of ROI dApps, what happened with me. So I remember this happening to Drip pretty shortly after launch. They launched at $3. It ran to about $25. And then it dumped all the way back down to around about the $4 or $5 mark, or maybe $6. And everyone had lost faith in it. I was still making content, building my team, and continuing to compound quite a lot and build while profit taking, of course, because you should always take profit in these kind of dApps. Make sure you are, not in the red. That would be insane to suicide compound a dApp which pays out such a large amount of interest every day. But then as I continued to talk about it, then the dev Forex decided to create the animal farm, which then brought much more buy pressure as people got excited. Continued to run there, went from around about that $6 mark all the way up to 50, then all the way up to $120, and it changed my life, right? So that's why I am, doing the same with Mint Stake Share, because I think that it has the legs to continue to move forward in the crypto space and create lots and lots of passive income. So that's why I'm, going to take advantage of this. Wait for my MSS to bridge over to base chain. Now I have 137,000 tokens deposited on base chain and full compound on base chain. I'll wait for these tokens to come in, and then we will get going with it, right? We'll get going with it. We have a question. Okay. Could you possibly check on a coin that I'm in and give your honest take on it? Give me your take. I'll give you my honest take. Yes. Tell me the coin, put it in the chat, and I will check it out for you. No problem there. No problem at all. So I'm going to wait for these tokens to arrive whenever they do, and then we're gonna stake them. So other news, I have fixed the bot on Arbitrum Land using a really cool app called Fly.io, which allows you to put the code that you would use your bot for generally. This was actually the link was given to me by Aaron, who is the dev of Mint Stake Share. I was having problems with the Arbitrum Land bot, and he suggested this one. So now the bot is running 24/7, not on my local machine. It's actually running on Fly. So that's really great. So now all your buys and things will come into the Crypto Mischief chat, which is this one here. If you're not in the Crypto Mischief chat, you should join now. We talk about all things. We were talking about PDI earlier. Get your opinions in, and you'll see the bot firing as more investment comes into Arbland. Arbland's doing great. Like, what can I say? It's fantastic. Right, let's check out this coin first. Why not? We have the coin Sui Lama. Okay, so let's do some checking. Let's see if Sui Lama is. I've heard about it actually already. So Sui Lama is listed on the old CoinGecko. Good to see. So let's see what's going on with Sui Lama or Sui Lama. So I noticed this coin as well. I don't own it, but I was interested in it. It went a lot higher, I think, than $300,000 market cap, I believe. It went super high. Yeah, when it was listed, it was all the way up. Wow, it's come down quite a lot, down 46%. So this is what happens with general launches of tokens on memes, especially. I've noticed this with what's going on with Move Pump tokens. If it did launch on Move Pump, which I'm going to guess it probably did, that they have their run, right? Let's see if we can find it here. Sui Lama. No. Market cap 339. Yeah, launched on Move Pump, okay? So what they've done is they've created liquidity on Cetus and Turbo, but not enough to make it really viable for trading. So they need to do a bit better there. So what I did, why does Sui Trump have two dexes, right? Here's a question for you, right? Why does Sui Trump have two dexes? Because when Sui Trump listed and bonded on Move Pump, I took $15,000 roughly of my own capital from my own bag, and I put that into Cetus LP with Sui Trump, and then I started making the provide liquidity push to reward holders myself. Because generally, if you go on to Cetus and if you provide liquidity, they'll just give you the trading fees, and they only verify a couple projects to also give them Cetus tokens. So I thought, well, the only other way to do that would be to do it manually, and that's what we do. I have a sheet and a script that calls all liquidity providers every day, and then at the end of each airdrop period, this is the third airdrop, I send Sui Trump to them as reward for providing liquidity. This was the best way that I could see to start building our larger liquidity functions on two decks. So if we type in Sui Trump here, you'll see, of course, all the fake imposters, which are all below us now. We have fake Sui Trump here, market cap 13,000. Then you have our two pools on Move Pump and Cetus, and you see liquidity of 63,000 on Move Pump and 57,000 liquidity also on Cetus. This makes it so that we can trade and attract more people to buy on Cetus as well, which is a really good whale capturing place. So back to Sui Lama, their main dex is still Move Pump. And yeah, so they've had the epic fall. So this was a very, very good launch. Some people sniped this and made a lot of money. I was talking to some in the chat. 83% down. Totally normal, right? That's what happens with these kind of tokens. And then pump up, 200% up. And now they've reached their second bottom, which comes down to 67% down, which completely normal, right? Totally what happens. Like, let's check out our own token and we'll see the same thing playing out, right? There's nothing you can do about that. In terms of, we'll come back and check and see if their holders are, who's holding the tokens, have they been selling too much and these kind of things. But the same thing happened with Sui Trump. If we can load this, is it going to load? We're going to get it loaded. Yeah, so we had the big launch, huge launch, up to 900,000 market cap, right? That was epic. So much fun. Loved it. I didn't sell anything. Sold nothing, right? So we pumped up to 26x, right? Up from the bottom of listing on Cetus. It was even more from MovePump. If you got into MovePump, you made a huge bag, right? Then the selling, right? The selling ensued. Selling was vicious, right? We had a couple bounces, but ultimately we floored down 87% from the floor. Unbelievable stuff, right? And then we've had that first pump up. That was the election, 6th of November, and then the obvious dumping after the election, buy the rumor, take the news. Second pump up. Now we've had our third one coming up as well at the same time. What these are doing is testing to see if the community and new members of the community have the gumption to push this through this this resistance line here of around about 200 to 250,000 market cap. And we'll see if it pans out. If it comes back down, it will floor again, right? But I'm not worried because we're continuing to build, as I said, and move on. So in terms of Sui Lama, if we come to MovePump, we can check out the coin and let's see what's going on with their holders, right? Because that's a very important thing to check out. Sui Lama, I think that was how we spelt it. Yeah. Oh no, we're babies. Oh God, here we go again. So which one completed? Am I spelling it right? That's the main thing. It's the big question. Sui Lama. Maybe we can just take the contract address instead. Paste that into MovePump, and then we'll get it. Meme not found. Oh no. Well, there's other ways to check that. We can come and just check the holders here on Sui Vision. Okay. So Sui Lama, this one here, right? Unless it is here and I just didn't see it. I'm blind. So but basically it's that same thinking. Yeah, it must be this one. Yeah, $337,000 market cap. So it's the same thinking though. If you got into it and you didn't take the profit off the table while it was massively high, and now you're still holding the bag at the lower market cap, you're going to be thinking, is this still a good one to come in for, or should I move out into another position? But generally, you just have to decide. Do you like the dev team? Do you like what they're building? Do you like the community? Do you like the feeling of owning the coin and talking in the Telegram? Do you like all those kind of things? And if you do, then hold the coin, because that means there's a high chance that other people will also come into the Telegram and enjoy that kind of feeling. And that's what meme coins are all about, right? Of course, they're about getting launches and making huge amounts of capital in the initial stages, but for the long haul, you've got to work together to make it continue to move on. So their holders, good, look, there's a lot of people, 1% of the supply. The pessimist in me thinks it could just be the dev team moving multiple wallets and putting loads of tokens inside of multiple wallets to then check this out. But who knows? When people check out what's going on with Sui Trump, they'll see that one of my wallets has a unfathomable total amount of tokens because I use it for airdropping, right? If we come back to Sui Trump, and these are the kind of things that people need to make their own opinion on. And if they don't know the dev team, which I don't know the dev team of Sui Lama, to be honest, then it can be tricky to find which ones are good projects or not. So with this one, so it's going to list the creator wallet here. I was looking at it earlier. It says I have 16% of the token supply, which would be this wallet as AC34. Yeah, this one. So this is not correct actually, because you can see, right? Let's do this. We come down to my coins on this wallet, and the Sui Trump I have is 87 million tokens, right? Inside of this wallet, which is not 16% of the supply. But as I showed you over on Cetus, I have $10,000 worth of assets there staked as well. Could work out to that, but I don't think so. I don't think so. And then we also have the team wallet. No, the marketing wallet, which is 8EB. And this one, I don't know if it's even listed. So I don't think their metrics are correct. Let's check. Yeah, because this one I have, what do we have here? This is the marketing wallet, which again has not been sold. We have 1.4 billion, 1.04 billion tokens in the marketing wallet, and that's 8EB, and it's not even listed in the token owners. So this is wrong information. So what can you say, right? It's wrong information. Our tokenomics, of course, are listed on our website, 12% marketing, 5% team, right? So that's where the tokens are. But yeah, so I guess the advice there would be don't check MovePump. You'll have to check the holders on Sui Scan and Sui Vision to then see how it's going there, and then get the holders this way, where you can come here and we can come here to holders, and then you can see the current amounts. Yeah, so totally different, right? MovePump is so shady sometimes, honestly. You don't want to pull any information from there. 8% is one wallet, then 3%, and then 2%, 1%. Okay, so it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. So honestly, looks fine to me. Goodbye. You know, it's floored. Might floor a bit more, but the floor is here. From the last floor price, you are sitting at 33% pump from that. So I don't know. It seems all right to me. Looks good. So has my MSS arrived? Yes, it has. Okay, so let's take that maximum and we'll compound that and we'll compound that. I'll get my bonus coins and they'll all come in as well. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that token analysis of Sui Lama. If anyone from the Sui Lama team wants to ask me any questions, I'm available. And we are looking for partnerships on Sui Chain for strong meme coin projects, because again, we are building a meme-centric yield farm, and we do need coins to partner with to do this. Okay, so get in touch with us. So that's my stakes worked good, and now I'm up to 153,000 MSS. Boom, there we go. That's how we do it. Yeah, so Arbitrum Land going really well. Good. Glad to be of service. Smash the like spike. Arbitrum Land. So arbitrumland.com is the place on Arbitrum chain. This is our ROI DApp. Ethereum in, Ethereum out. The greatest miner ever made. And it is, right? I'm going to explain very quickly why, right? First, you can read the white paper by clicking here. It will take you to all the ins and outs of how Arbitrum Land works. You can get up to 1.3% daily APR in Ethereum, Ethereum in, Ethereum out. You need to be on Arbitrum chain and have Ethereum to play, right? Where you can scroll down, right? And this is the first reason why we are an absolute beast in this space. What's all this? This is our external revenue, which I've been managing. You can find the pools on Crystal over here where I manage them. This is the Andy position, Andy with ETH on ETH chain, where you can also find it listed down here at the bottom. ETH and Andy with 3,738. We have, claimable yield every, oh, it's not working. It always does that. Come on, Crystal, get your stuff together. But so the way it works is that these concentrated liquidity positions, which I've created, right, are earning insane yield. The insane yield in claimable tokens is then turned into Ethereum and then injected back into the Arbitrum Land contract, which will kind of jig the mining contract into believing that more investment is coming into the contract than actually is. So we're fooling the contract, right? And I list here the injected ETH to date. So it's been about 30 days of injections, and we've put in 0.585 ETH. So that's almost coming up for $2,000 or more, actually. Yeah, $2,000 of injection in the last month into this contract, right? Which is really nice to see. It's working perfectly. At the same time, when I put these pools in, I started injections at $15,000, and without compounding much at all, because the market has been pumping like crazy, all of these positions have been growing exponentially, right? Our ETH and EtherFi is hitting $8,000. Our ETH and Pepe up to 3,300. ETH GMX 2,300. Pendle USDC. All of these are really going wild. They are exploding, right, in amount of claimable tokens. Here you can see even with just this one of Andy and ETH, we're already claimed $1,000 from this in ETH and Andy. I'm waiting for a little bit more to be put into our wallets, and then I can bridge it because, of course, Ethereum gas is annoying. That's why we only have one Ethereum position. We have another $30 to claim today. If I change to the other wallet, you can start to see other really, really amazing positions, which we are holding. Now let's click here and view it. This is the most bullish thing about Arbitrum Land is because no one else is doing this. You've seen all these miners come out over the past, right? Some say they have external revenue, other ones don't. They only rely on new investment coming in, but none of them make it as transparent as I do that all of this is happening on the back end. See, today, $100 unclaimed fees, total liquidity in here of $16,000. It should list them all, but it's not listing. Here we go. It's going to bring them up. And all I have to do is come in here, claim the yield or compound, and check if they're in range or not. You know, so for example, we come in, we can check that the ETH in GMX position has gone out of range today. I guess either GMX or ETH outperformed, so I'll rebalance that, or I'll wait for it to come back into position. They are all earning yield daily, which I can then take that yield, sell it for ETH, right? Here we have another $50 here. Sell it for ETH, inject it back into Arbitrum Land, and Arbitrum Land continues to play, right? So the way it works is I'll bring up this one here. Yeah. So once you click on the castle, right? Click on the castle or invest into Castle Arb here. It's going to bring up your dashboard for the platform. We launched, and it's been over 2 months now that Arbitrum Land's been running, right? Our all-time high TVL has been 15 ETH, right? 15 ETH. And since launch day, this was day 2 of launch, we hit 15 ETH. You can see the TVL currently, after 2 months of running, is 13.2 ETH. That means, of course, there's been a slight decline in the TVL, but take any other miner you've heard of ever and look upon what the contract's looking like after 2 months and notice that Arbitrum Land has managed to keep between 13 to 15 ETH for the entirety of its running situation, right? This is a secret money printer magically working with all the complex mechanics that we put behind this to just continue to churn and churn. I have $150 today of claimable. I'm not going to claim it. I'm going to churn up a bit more. Then I might claim, I might compound, I might reinvest. It's just how it works. We make ETH, and that's how we do it. So that's Arbitrum Land, going really well. And, touching on just the performance of some of these tokens, it's just like altcoins are going mental. They're exploding, right? I can't believe how this has all come together. I thought we were going to have to wait till at least January or March until all this happened, and it's really happening early, and stuff's just starting to go absolutely bonkers. Ones I've got my eye on. ETH, number 1. Ethereum, we need to see ETH break into this $4,000 market line because we've already hit, I believe, we've hit $4,000 already. Back in March, almost 12 months ago, we already spanked that $4,000 price tag. This means Ethereum is lagging so horribly behind Bitcoin in the price and adoption and hype, right? And I'm set for it, as I showed you. Like, I have all of these positions with Arbitrum Land, right? All of them are ETH related. EtherFi. EtherFi is the premium liquid staking derivative of Ethereum chain, right? But I've got the position on Arbitrum. Pepe, the biggest, the baddest, the strongest, the most memeable meme coin ever made with ETH. Pendle, another liquid staking derivative. GMX, the best perp DEX using Ethereum, right? All of these are primed for the ETH pump. And when the ETH pump happens, all of these coins that we hold that have any relation to Ethereum are going to go absolutely insane. And all we need is for ETH to break through this yearly resistance level of $4,000. Once we hit through this, once we smack through it, we're off to the races. This is I think the real bull run, the real alt season hits when ETH breaks free of $4,000 and continues to go straight on through to 5, 6, 8, and peak between $10,000 and $15,000 per Ethereum. That's my prediction for what's going to be happening in the next 18 months. God, I can't wait. I've been stacking ETH more than any other asset for the last 2, 3, 4 years, stacking ETH. I've been stacking ETH a lot Also, Fantom I stack a lot, but not as much as ETH. My biggest holding is in ETH. Second biggest probably Bitcoin. Third biggest probably Fantom, and then meme mania. I have memes everywhere. Memes coming out of every single place that I can think of. Right. So that's the first place I'm looking to for confirmation of the altcoin explosion and real altcoin run that we're seeing. We're seeing a resurgence right now of old altcoins. Of course, Solana touching all-time highs, BNB extremely strong as well. But then we come and, we see what's happening, especially like another great indicator of alt season really kicking will be one of these kind of blue chip, fantastic altcoins. For example, Chainlink, right? I still hold a large bag of Chainlink, which I acquired from a miner, actually, a miner that mined Chainlink back in, it must have been like 4 years ago, where this miner was insane and like it had millions of dollars of TVL only in Link on BNB. And we just made so much Chainlink. And I just put it aside in a wee ledger, right? And I threw it in a cupboard. And then recently I've been, because I saw that they're starting to move, I went and I dusted off all these old ledgers that I've got tokens and tokens of random tokens. Some of them are zero and some of them are growing, right? And Chainlink is another confirmation of bull market, right? So the resistance for Chainlink is exactly the same setup as Ethereum, right? We're seeing here $21, $20, right? Once Chainlink can blow through the $20 resistance, psychological resistance, that is another mark for the start of the next bull market for altcoins, right? And you can see the all-time high for Chainlink is $50, right? So it's an easy 2x. Once we blow through there, we're going to blow through the $50 price tag, and Chainlink to $150 to $200, right, is where we're going as well. Oh, we have a friendly guy in here. He's calling me a scammer. Yes, Chainlink is the biggest scam in crypto, for sure. Yeah. Thanks for your comment. Grind the algorithm. Even the negative comments grind the algorithm, right? Other coins, of course, I've been watching the Pepe. Pepe is primed, I think, to do this next run. They've kind of settled on this resistance of roundabout the 0 point to the 2, right? Was sitting at around about the 1 for quite a while. But now we're 4 zeros and a 1, right? But now we're up to the 4 zeros and a 2. And I think Pepe also primed for running this next big one. I'm going to put Juan in timeout. He's been put in timeout. Yeah, I think it's also primed. It's, like I said, with all meme coins, it's going to come down for a little bit. Give it a month, maybe 2 weeks and a month, and then it's just going to be off again. It's going to go it's going to tear. Or if ETH breaks into 4K before this, Pepe will go absolutely ballistic. It will be on the news. It will be everywhere, right? Question about Fantom. Okay, what do you think about Equalizer on Fantom? I remember you're using already for DeFi. But what about investing in the coin? Yeah, I hold constantly around about 300 equal token. And I've been pretty happy with Equalizer. I have suffered a bit of impermanent loss in their CL pools. Let me explain. I'll bring it and see. The way Equalizer works with their CL pools is come here. Right. So I'm in these, right? So the way that these work was about back in March or April last year, Fantom hit $1.25. And it's around about then that I put funds into these CL pools. But those funds I put in were just under $50,000, about $45,000, okay? So Fantom is at around about $1, so it is 25% less in value. But what I've seen from the time that I've been holding in these pools is that I have suffered quite significant and permanent loss in my Fantom bags. But you can see here it's staked just under 30 grand, right? But then the earnings today, this is 2 days of $280, right? And generally, this is all earned in Equalizer token, right? So we have one here. We've got $73 at equal, got $78 at equal, right? So what I've been doing generally is I claim those rewards out when they hit about $500, and then I move over to Equalizer's DEX where I come to trade, and I'll hold some equal, but not loads. Usually I try and hold around about 300 equal token. Yeah, so I've got 300 here, which is $3,400, okay? I think equal will move exactly in the same way that Fantom moves, okay? So another way to do this is there's lots of other things you can do inside of Equalizer in DeFi, because that's specifically your question there was how to use it in DeFi, right? So how to use Equalizer in DeFi would be, there's a couple ways to do it, right? So because the token prices correlating between Equal and Fantom, they really do work very well together. Equal generally pumps a little bit more than Fantom because of course the market cap's lower, but they go up and of course it will dump a lot more than Fantom because the market cap's lower as well, but they move in unison, right? So what you could do with your Equal is come to Liquidity, right? And then you can simply pool your Equal with your Fantom inside of here, right? So here we have Rat Fantom and Equal, right? You get a low APR, which is okay. You know, you can deposit in here, get a low APR with Equal and Fantom, right? Bung that in and go into they only have one pool, a volatile pool apparently, right? Then once you're in, you can then start to lock, right? You can lock up Equal. Here I was playing around with this, so I locked some Equal. Oh, it expired, so I can take this Equal out actually. Free money, right? I can manage this lock. When you have locked Equal, you are then able to vote on pools, right? And when you vote on pools, you then get higher APRs and you get more rewards for your voting, right? So then you could come and say, I want to vote for the emissions of the Equal pool. Then you get a voting APR, which will boost your APR higher than it was before, right? Then of course you're claiming out more Equal, you're earning more Equal on your Equal. It's basically double earning with that. They also have the bribe section where you can select a pair of tokens, for example, Fantom Equal. You can use your Equal to bribe with that and this incentivizes more voters to put into this pool to then increase the APR further. You can see there's some bribes going on here. And they also have the reward section, weekly rewards earned by casting your votes for fees and bribe incentives, guiding new emissions. So you earn more Equal from actually engaging. So I'm pretty hands off with this because I get too tied up. As you can see, we're flying across so many different chains. And I don't usually just work on one project at a time. I work on 10 to 20 to 50 to 100, right? So I've got a problem. Richie's got a problem. But because of that, I'm more comfortable just using the CL pool with Fantom and USDC and then trading the Equal rewards and holding some and just being happy with it coming up. But there is an amazing opportunity to work inside of Equalizer at the same time and really earning from the platform as well. This will work very similarly to how SwapX is going to run as well, because it's also VE33. That's what this model is called. And this model, if you want to know, was actually created by Andre Cronje, who is the COO of Fantom and Sonic. He made a farm called SolidX, which actually ended up having a huge exploit and went to zero and then never recovered. But the core idea of what he was creating with SolidX was then taken by Equalizer, taken by Aerodrome as well. And that's how they created these yield farms from his ideas. And it's another reason why Sonic is extremely bullish, because Andre also has come out and claimed that he has a bunch of other 5 more primitive creation DeFi products, which he wants to launch exclusively on Sonic, which will grow the Sonic ecosystem with really amazing technology and DeFi technology. SwapX, which is launching on Sonic when it does launch, will be using this same technology. Yeah, they do move together. So if we check out just simply, we can really see this in action. We could chart up a comparison chart, but it would be faster just to eyeball it. Let's just eyeball it, right? So if we come to Fantom, and you can really see the correlation between Fantom and Equal working almost in unison, right? Completely, right? Well, let's do a 1 year. So you see on the 1 year, Fantom has hit in March 18 and then hit again in November 28th, two all-time highs and then a low in August 7th of 2024, right? And then if we come and we check what's going on with what Equal has been doing at the same time, the correlation is very, very similar, yes, on the yearly. So this is Equalizer equal on Fantom. We can see if we hit the yearly, they had the one hit in April 10th, 2024, the low in August 12th, 2024, and it has not yet hit its high from there. So we are pending the Equal pump, which generally comes following a week or so after the Fantom pump. That would be how you could really correlate them and just use past precedents to make your moves. So making a buy into Equal right now could be a very Chad move. Let's see how that pans out. Okay, let's move into PulseChain, because PulseChain is going crazy. Wow. The PulseChain narrative is exciting. This is PDI. This chart's very hard to find, actually. Very hard to find the PDI chart on Dex Screener. I did put it into the Crypto Mischief chat earlier so people can have a look at it. So PDI is the DAI token that was given for free to anyone who moved their assets from Ethereum chain, reflecting them over to one-for-one to PulseChain. You didn't have to do anything. You just had to claim the tokens, or essentially just find the tokens, really, and then put them into your wallet because they're already there, right? Because PulseChain was a one-for-one copy of Ethereum, right, with cheaper gas and no downtime, working perfectly, right? The obvious problems with how PulseChain was launched was that they did two sacrifices, which were, the whole point was that you were sacrificing for Pulse token and PulseX token. And the idea of doing these sacrifices was that you had no expectation of any financial return from the sacrifice. But the SEC, Gary Gensler, and the American government decided that actually this whole sacrifice idea was a bit scammy, and they decided to subpoena Richard Hart, the creator of PulseChain and Hex, to tell him that he, was basically breaking the law and might have to pay a mammoth fine or possibly do jail time. And they can't shut down PulseChain, but it really kicked the momentum out of what was going on. So that's the history of PulseChain. Pulse DAI, of course. So if you had DAI on Ethereum before the bridging, before the creation of PulseChain, then you would be able to come over to PulseChain and find that you also have DAI on PulseChain, right? But the price of the DAI was incredibly low, 0.0005 cents, right? And that's not a stable coin. That's just a complete shit coin, right? Then the momentum started to move with PulseChain, and with this idea that Richard Hart spoken about this on stream before. He hasn't streamed since the court case and subpoena came out, right? But he spoke about before what would happen if there was a creation of the first ever truly decentralized stablecoin in crypto, right? Because we all know that Tether and actual DAI and things, they're not truly decentralized. They're probably manipulated quite a lot. And he said, well, now you have one. You have Pulse DAI, right? And you can just start to buy this. And if its market value can raise up to $1, it would then be an actual stablecoin. So people, including myself, for the past year and a half, I've been buying PDI, selling PDI, trading PDI. It's had two tops so far. We had the first local top, right? Then long 10-month of nothing, decline, game over, rugtastic, 80% down, total blood, everyone crying, right? And then suddenly a little peaky top, and then a massive top, and suddenly, hang on a minute, it's real. It's actually, the hype is real. I'm going to buy it, right? I'm going to buy it right now today. And people bought it. And then, of course, gradually it did decline back down, 80% down to the floor. It floored 80% again. But of course, not as low as the first time. In fact, from that floor after cycle 1 to cycle 2, we're sitting at 10x up from it, right? Which is not bad. You've 10x'd. And then, of course, Trump was elected in November 6th, which is here, which Trump being elected is the kicker for the PDI run of a lifetime, right? So from the date which Donald Trump was elected, which was the 6th of November, I believe, all the way up, it's done another 1010x pump since then. Unbelievable face melting gains, right? I've been getting a lot of messages in Telegram from people saying, oh man, I really should buy some PDI, right? Look at this chart. Is today the day where you should buy PDI? No. You should probably wait for the 80% correction before you get into PDI. I don't think it's going to peg to $1 anytime soon, to be honest. It's at 3 cents at the moment, so we still have a long, long way to get to $1. Multiple X's and a hell of a lot of capital. It's $750 million market cap at the moment. So it could continue to grow, but my bet would be on it kind of falling down to around about this like 1 cent level, and that would be you losing 70% of your investment because you didn't have the patience to wait for the chart to bleed out, and you didn't have the gumption or the experience possibly to buy it on the red day and be patient enough for it to build up onto the top day. And that's the problem with investing into PulseChain. They do have long, drawn-out periods of very red, horrible days where everyone stops thinking about it and moves on, right? So I would recommend trading PulseChain tokens on GoPulse because PulseX is crap. Sometimes for me, it just doesn't even load. GoPulse is great because it also has the bubble map, and it will basically find almost every coin you have in your wallet, even if you didn't know you had the coin in your wallet, and it will find it for you and it'll tell you the value of it immediately, so you can just keep track with your positions. So for example, we have this wallet, I have some PDI. I have enough PDI to be a millionaire if it pegs, which is always good. This bag was around about $5,000, less than $5,000 just a couple weeks ago. Checking on it today, and it peaked at $20,000. And I sold some. Yeah, I sold about 50,000 to 60,000 PDI. Why not? Profit, right? There's no point holding all this stuff and then waiting for it to go down 8% again. I've done that before. So I see a chart like this, I skim profit. That's the way we got to do it, right? When I see the chart bottom out and go completely red again, I buy back in. And then what do I have? Richie has more PDI. PDI will eventually one day peg to $1. Yes, I think 100% this will happen, but it won't be, I don't think, for at least until summer next year is when I think we might see that actually come to fruition, right? And it will be epic. Other tokens which you can buy, not today, but along with PDI, which work in the same complete narrative with that, we have Atropa. So Atropa, what I have, like $3,000 in this wallet of Atropa, is the ecosystem idea behind PDI. Atropa ties in liquidity with all of these assets. We have Atropa. We also have the Pulse Bitcoin. This is not real Bitcoin. This is Pulse Bitcoin. So here I have $1,000, right, of Pulse Bitcoin, which I probably bought for about $200 ages ago. Completely forgot about, right? And one day Pulse Bitcoin might peg to the price of a Bitcoin, and then suddenly you have PDI, PBitcoin, PUSDC, all of these which were given to you for free by Richard Heart and PulseChain, and then you just are patient and just hold them and do nothing, or trade them and buy them and sell them. But you have the patience and the kind of the belief that it can happen. Then you are suddenly more than doubled your money because there's been a huge pump on it. This is the dream. This is the whole idea of PulseChain. That's why you never sleep on PulseChain. Could happen. With the price of Ethereum that I was talking about as well, getting to that $4,000 mark is very important for PulseChain, because Richard Hart, if I understand it right, he had the sacrifice funds, which are not fully deployed into PulseChain, by the way. All these sacrificed funds, which were put into PulseChain, were held in wallets, I think probably in Bitcoin, or you die or something, right? And at some point, he decided, I think it was around about here in March, to spend all of the SAC funds, or most of the SAC funds, on ETH. And of course, then ETH dumped from $3,500 or $800 all the way down to $2,500, putting the entire PulseChain system into, massive drama. And has had to wait for Ethereum to get back to the price of which he used to sack funds to then start generating, actual real income for PulseChain. And then possibly some people say that when the Ethereum does get back to the price that he bought it for, around about $3,600 to $4,000, then he will start deploying these funds into the Richard Heart ecosystem, and tokens such as Pulse Bitcoin or Pulse DAI might actually begin pegging at an even faster rate, which could be an unbelievable move, right? Other things you can do inside of the PulseChain ecosystem, of course, just buy Hex and speculate on the price of it, or use, Hex. And one I want to touch on today is Pulse the Gray's currency, right? So this is Pulse the Gray's currency, also doing really well. I've been holding this for a long time. I don't use it inside of DeFi. I know you can also yield farm with the Gray's currency, but same story with Equalizer, right? Just too busy to sit down. Sorry, coughing. To sit down and figure it all out. Been meaning to, but still haven't. But this is the Gray's currency chart. And you can see it's absolutely mimicking the chart of PDAI. Interesting, right? Gray's currency formed their liquidity in multiple tokens across the PulseChain ecosystem, including these Pulse depegged assets, PDAI, Pulse Bitcoin, and things. Meaning that when they start to moon, so does the the Gray's currency. And you can see we've seen on Fantom 700% pump from there. Then from that local bottom, we also saw another one. Can't get that down. Let me see if we can get rid of that. Can't go even low enough for the chart. Funny. And then the most recent one has seen from it's around about 1008%, 18x as well since September, right, for the Gray's currency. Same idea. I'm at the point now with the Gray's currency where I've turned a bag of about $500 into $6,000. This is the time where you should be considering skimming. I'm not going to sell the entire bag. Take out $1 or $2,000, put it into something else which I think has legs in the next 2 or 3 months. Could turn out, you could regret it, but I'd never really regret skimming profit, because it means that you've still won, right? We're all winners here, right? With the Pulse ecosystem, even if it does continue to go on upwards, I'm still holding the bag. I've just taken some of it off the table for myself. Finally, ending today's stream, we'll talk a little bit about Pulse Capital, which we did go into pre-sale for. Doing pretty well, to be honest. It's doing what Moonshot Max said it would do, which was it's not going to offer crazy gains initially. The game is having patience and foresight, which PulseChain is all about this, right? Longer pays better, to continue to farm in the ecosystem and slowly have these gains accumulate, right? So it works in 3 ways. You have the capital farm, heart fund, and stock vault. The capital farms are your general V2 style yield farming. For example, the token that is the reward token, the emission token, is PCAP. Here I've paired it with DAI. I have $700 of value in my staked LP, and it's earned $32 of PCAP. I can then claim the PCAP, and I can use the PCAP in their ecosystem, right? Either by farming in other pools with it, or I can come to their second tab, which is the Heart Fund. The Heart Fund is actually the part of this yield farm which I really like, because it's built immediately on top of PulseX, right? So in PulseX, you can earn in farms by providing liquidity, and these farms give you the INC token, incentive token. Very simple. What Pulse Capital is doing is they've put, for example, here we have DAI from Ethereum, not PDAI, just normal DAI pegged to $1 with Pulse token, right? Now this is in PulseX. So you have to deposit your PulseX LP. You make your LP inside of PulseX by coming to trade and liquidity, right? And then you can add your assets, get your LP coins, right? Then you can come to Pulse Capital and deposit those LPs that you created. So say you had 100 LP tokens, you would then put them into the Heart Fund. But the plot thickens. You also need to put in one more token, which is the stock token, right? Stock token is essentially a token which is tied to a Pulse and DAI LP, meaning that in theory it's going to completely mimic the price value and performance of DAI with Pulse token LP. Confusing, I know. But it has held very stable to the price of that LP for the whole time. So you can earn stock by being in the Heart Fund, right? So here I have stock earnings of $7, PCAP earnings of $10 inside of this pool. I'm in one more pool where also I have ETH and Wrapped Pulse, and this one I'm DCAing as I have more Wrapped ETH and Wrapped Pulse LP, but of course I don't have enough stock. So here I have another $1,000, which I want to put in, but I need another $250 of stock token. So I can either start claiming out the stock token here to then build it up, or I can come to the third place where you can earn stock token by locking stock token. Now this one hasn't borne through any fruit yet. I put in $1,000 into this one, and the way that the stock vault works is you take your stock token, you lock it, longer lock pays better. And then when your stock is staked in the vault, you start earning platform fees. At the moment, I've only earned $25, and that's been since launch. So it's already been 22 days and only earned $25. So it's about $1 a day. Nothing much yet, but as the reward pool grows from the protocol fees and people working inside of the farm and their rehypothecation and earning incentive token on top of PulseX and all these things, this will start to generate faster and more and larger and rewarding later on, right? So this is another way, and you get paid out in stock token. Or if you just want stock now and you want to get into the Heart Fund and check it out, you can come to Convert, where you can just start buying up stock tokens. So for example, you can take your Pulse token and buy stock. You can take your DAI, you can take Wrapped ETH, you can take PulseApp or incentive token, USDT or USDC, and just grab yourself the stock token. You could also decide, I want to claim my PCAP token from the farm, and then I want to turn it into Pulse token, then turn it into stock token, and then put that stock token into the Heart Fund and then start earning as well. And just the little kicker here is you'll see the APY for the Heart Fund is always higher than PulseX, right? Because they're tied in with PulseX assets, makes it really secure. So we can come to Ethereum DAI with Wrapped Pulse here and get 72%, or you could just go straight up normal farming with PulseX, where you could get yourself Ethereum with DAI 62%, right? So the whole idea is you're being incentivized to use Pulse Capital, buying their stock token, locking it up to start earning more funds than you would if you just use PulseX. This is a really innovative project on PulseChain, one of my favorites actually. And I think in the coming months, coming up to when I predict that Pulse will really set the world on fire, will be summer next year. I think that building all the way through to that, this could be a really big sleeper for earning incredible yield and incredible passive income coming up to that. So that's one of my picks for this. And I really do want to start getting into how the Grace currency work. And they have another token called UFO as well, which has done really well too. So it's a 2-token ecosystem I want to check out as well. Okay, so that's 1 hour we've been talking for now. So I think it's pretty good time to head off. It's Friday. What are you guys doing? What's your Friday plan? Let me know. My plan is going to go eat steak, ribeye, medium rare. It's going to be nice. I'm going to skim some of my Pulse positions and profit. Then I'm going to finish up the pitch deck for Sui Trump and, make some memes, put them on Twitter. See what else is going on, and hopefully the weekend is another green weekend and we see epic gains and huge movements from all these coins that we're talking about as well. Oh, I had one other guy, he wanted me to talk about coin. Have a look at Alpha and KDA. Alpha is the coin on Sui, I believe. Yeah, Alpha Phi, I'm guessing, is the one. I don't own any of this, but I do use Alpha. It's okay. I prefer to do it manually, to be honest, but it's not bad. Alpha is a pretty good project for lazy people on Sui, where you can just take your assets and it does all the work for you. It's auto compound farm, essentially, is what it's doing, I believe. Yeah, here's Alpha here. So you can stake your single asset tokens, or you can stake your liquidity tokens and it just does all the work for you and earns you more tokens. And then eventually you can come and just claim them out. $66 million in here at this point as well, which is very good. Very nice to see it doing pretty well. So, and you can also buy the alpha token and they have an airdrop. Ooh, airdrop. Did I get an airdrop? Did I get an airdrop? I never get airdrops. No. In KDA, you want me to look at KDA? That's Cadena, right? I don't own any KDA either, so maybe it's doing well. Let's pump your bag a bit. Let's bring up KDA. KDA. What's going on here? Yeah, Cadena. You can mine this, I believe. So something to think about. Getting KDA miner, mining the hell out of this. How are we doing? Probably looks a bit like Caspa, I'm going to guess. Yeah. Well, that's a great chart. Looks fantastic. I mean, I was talking about how you want to buy the bottom. It looks like it's kind of coming out, breaking out a bit there on the monthly. But what isn't breaking out in the monthly, right? It's 4 cents, so it's done 3x in the last month. Nice. Good things to see. Yeah, 72% up, sorry, in the last 3 months. Very nice. Okay. Not bad. Oh no, yeah, 113% up in the month. Okay. So yeah, it could be a good one. I mean, the whole thing for Cadena is that people mine it, right? And the time to be mining was in the bear market. I have a miner. We have one miner in the SEC DAO that makes Caspa. We earn Caspa coin. I don't know if we mining Caspa. How much we got? Let's check it out. If it connects, we have in the DAO. We have a grand total of. Come on, connect. You can see the rewards coming in every day. It's not showing the total amount though. So that was today, 36 Caspa. Yesterday, 32 Caspa, 36 Caspa, 35 Caspa. We do this on the, what's the name of our miners again? Can't remember. Ice River hosting. So this is a hosted miner that we have for the DAO, but it doesn't want to connect and show the, don't worry, it's not zero. I haven't touched it. It just keeps falling in there, but it doesn't want to connect. Great stuff, Caspa. Okay, I'm off. Have a great weekend, guys, and enjoy your time, whatever you're going to be doing. Be good to each other. And as always, don't get wrecked. See you later. See you on Sunday for the live stream about Sui Trump. It's going to be huge, huge by Sui Trump.